Hey peoples, I haven't been able to upload videos because I've been having some problems with Fraps and Camtasia Studio because most programs won't produce video when it's over 30 FPS. Now I try to record around 120 or 60 FPS, especially with Minecraft. It can go up into 300, so yeah, it kind of sucks. And a lot of videos, if I'm just recording my screen, it's not as bad because it records in 30 FPS anyway. But when I'm doing games, it's not really an option. So anyway, I'll just get started here. This seems like a open enough area. And today I'm going to show you two things. What you need for this is red power mod. You can find it on the MC forums or look in the description. I'll probably end up posting a link there. You'll only need this for the second part if you choose to do it. It is one mod that I do find awesome, and I probably will keep getting it, just like a few others. But get that, and you'll be able to do both parts of this. If you're not a modder and you don't want it, just stick with the first part that I'll show you here, which will be how to do double doors with iron, and I'll also show you how to do sticky doors or sticky piston doors and how to get them both working for way. So flip one switch, it's open, and flip the other switch and it closes back up again. So as with everything, we're gonna need is a base platform, 2 blocks, and I'm gonna do iron doors first. So get this setup here made. Now, it doesn't matter where you put the levers for this. It's going to be a little different depending on where you put them. But for the doors, I prefer to put them 2 blocks away. I think it just makes it look nicer. It doesn't matter really at all. So once you have this set up, you're going to put your levers here. Make sure they're both down. And then you're going to come down here and put redstone torches right underneath where the doors are going to go. Now, the whole problem with this, and it does take up too much room when you're trying to hide it, mostly because you just can't run a redstone wire directly down through here because it won't work. So you're kind of stuck running it out here. Now, if you have a better way to do it, which makes it more compact, just post a comment. But this is how I end up doing it. And when you're doing this, try to decide which way is going to be closer to your base. Usually, I have the stuff with the redstone and is going out on the outside of the base. Just because if you're having a creeper come up and it's going to explode, it'll either explode all this, which is a lot easier to fix than it is, if you have like a pond, pool, farm, or whatever. Even though fixing this does have its own problems, it's a lot easier, I think, in my opinion, just to fix this. Now, depending on where you're going to have your base, let's say this is where the base is going to start. I do recommend putting this block. You're going to need one of them like this, and I do recommend putting it closer to the base. There's no really point in it except for a personal preference, but it is recommended. And make sure you have your redstone trail set up. Once they're set up, you go back up here. And we're going to set up our iron doors. And if this works properly, both switches open. Should be closed. I'm pretty sure that's not right. Both switches should be open. Okay then, let's go fix this. Now this is where the whole problem comes in. It never actually works how it's supposed to on the first time, which means you have to keep going through resetting switches and resetting the doors, which can, you know, be a little bit time consuming, which sucks. There we go, now it works. Both switches up, means it's open. So let's say you're coming out of your base, you can just flip the switch, keep going, it's set. When you come back in, flip the switch again, and then flip it on the inside, and it's shut. This is my preferred method. Now I'm not going to block it off completely or cover it all, but this is going to be the parameters that will need to be covered. When you're doing this, now I prefer using stone just because it has a better density than most of the other blocks, unless you're using obsidian, which is honestly just a waste unless you have an automatic redstone obsidian farm. And the width is going to look about like that, and it's going to be one higher than the door there. And yeah, it's going to be about that high and that wide. And it's also going to be in a little box. And when you're doing this, try not to derp and do that, because it cuts off the redstone. And that'll be double iron doors for you. Now, sticky piston doors, I do not like that much. They cause a shit ton of problems, because a lot of times you'll just end up derping and messing it up. And the fact it takes even more room than that system. So we're going to start off here just like this to get a stack about 3 high, and that's where you're going to have the other floor. And then we're going to need to add another 2, come back down, bring these 2 across, and then add your sticky pistons. And then go back up and delete the top layer and add stone right here. Now again, I prefer it being 2 blocks away for my levers. And it should look something like that. And we'll just run these down. And this also takes a lot more time and consumes a few resources. You're going to need a bit more when doing this, which does kind of make it suck. Anyway, we're going to run this redstone. Right, yeah, that'll work. And it'll be the same for the other one. So this one's out, and this one needs to be put in. And now you can have the bottom hooked up. And now for the top. Make sure you have your ceiling made, both sides. And again, you can just run them and connect directly into the path that the switches are going. It doesn't matter that much. You may get a little bit of a glitch where one of the pistons will open and then shut back again when you're flipping one of them. But it honestly shouldn't matter that much. If it does, you can just as easily add a redstone repeater, should fix it. Just on both sides there. And of course, I derped. I hate derping. Derping sucks. And there we go. Now, with the height, the height is a lot more higher because you have to cover a lot more. So, say like add another block on top. So that's pretty much going to be your height on the bottom, or your width on the bottom and your height up there on top. And they should work. Yep. Now let's see if we can get the other glitch to work where one door opens. Nope. Yeah, if you don't put the repeaters in there, one of them might close and open really fast. I found it to be that one. So if you put the repeaters in there, you won't get that. But you also see that the ones on top kind of lags a little bit when it's coming down. You can just as easily put another repeater down there into both of the bottom switches when doing this. And that's it for the double doors for the sticky pistons and the iron doors. This is the way I do it. Now, I do build into a mountainside, so there's probably a more space-saver way to do it. You can probably, I don't know, set up 2 doors here and do everything like it is there, except just have your redstone trail coming out and going somewhere else. Like, you could have... let's try this here real quick. And then just running it away, and that way you only have your doors, and you can just flip a lever over here and it opens. The whole reason why it does take up the amount of space it does is because of the redstone trails. Now, if you do use red power, the mod, this does save some space because you can actually run straight down a wall. But the one problem I have with that is, I'll make one here real quick. Crafting box. No, wrong damn block. Is if you're going to do it the way that the iron doors are set up, which you're going to have, you know, your redstone torch here, and then your iron door, like that. You're going to have to run it down on the side. And see, that right now should be transmitting a signal in. So if I would just replace it with redstone wire, you know, it doesn't. And one problem is if I'm gonna have it like that, and redstone, you can just as easily place redstone right underneath the block, just like that, and it should be fine. Red power, you actually have to place it on the walls. So that's that for that. And the other thing I wanted to show you with redstone, or I mean red power, is an early warning system for at night if there's some outside of your base. I'm just going to get a simple little door here. For this, I do not recommend using the red power wire that they have, mostly because it just takes up a lot more room than what is honestly necessary. But let's say we have a door here. You're going to take some regular pressure plates and right out in front. It doesn't matter where at, it's honestly up to you, but I'm just going to place them just like this. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go down 2 levels and then another one, and we're going to hollow out everything. Okay. Now, once you have your pressure plates set up out in front of your door, just run redstone underneath every single one of them. You should know where they're at. If not, go get your head checked. You just placed them like 5 minutes ago. Once they're set, you're going to come back up. And you're going to need a repeater for this. You're going to place it 1 box after where all your redstone wire is. And just build a tunnel going out up into one of the sides walls, into one of the side of the walls near the entrance to your base. And it's better just making a second passage when you're laying it. Now say, here's going to be my wall. You're going to go in to find the red lamp and the green lamp, or craft it. If you have too many items, they're just right there. And what you're going to need to do is separate these. And get an individual trail startup. Now the green is going to take a bit more room, just because it's going to be inverted. So just gonna stick another repeater here just for the hell of it. That's not gonna work. As you can see, the sheep's stepping on it and it's switching out the power. So we're gonna run redstone wire up here. Of course, I can't get out. And we're gonna switch it. Yeah. And we're gonna switch it over into the red. Now it's originally off, so we're gonna need to invert the power. Same as the iron doors. You're just gonna place another one just like this and have it run up and in to the green. And the green's on. Now again, you're going to need to cover that because of the redstone, and it's going to be outside of your base depending on where you put it, or you can put it on the inside door, it doesn't really matter. And anything steps on it or anything's out here at night and you don't want to open this up, you have that there. Now this is, if you get the mod, it's recommended doing it with the sticky piston doors because you can't really see past. If you do it with the iron doors, they're open so you can see them anyway. But it's just a really simple mechanism to tell you if anything's outside your door. So I'm going to end this here. Hopefully somebody found this useful. I know I did when I started doing it. So if you like it, leave a comment. If you have a better way to slim down the iron doors, please let me know. I have been looking for one that uses the double switch feature like how mine's working here. Just like this. And that's about it for today. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want. And please leave a comment. I'll be looking forward to it. Thanks.